Hello everyone, we're back from break and we're moving on to NFL. Now, for this week we're changing it up. I mean, instead of the usual in-depth analysis, we're going to have to keep it brief because we've got 5 games to pick this week. Yeah, this week is by far has some of the best games of the season coming up.
So Mitch, keep it short.
Alright, but before we get into the games of the week, Coach Sal Alosi trips the Dolphin corner Nolan Carroll. Thoughts on this?
I mean, the only words that come to my mouth is this was a dick move. I mean,
douche.
Nah. You don't do that. I mean,
No.
It's one thing to stand there and have the wall like he was doing, but then he stuck his knee out, and that's just unexcusable. I mean, he ended up getting hurt on the play. I don't know if he came back in or not. I don't remember, but I mean, if he
wasn't a main player.
No, but I mean, that's still, you don't do that to somebody, you know? That's just like if you're playing a pickup game of basketball, you don't shove their face into the ground. I mean...
No, I think that was a terrible move by Alosi, but one thing good was he did admit to it, and I thought that was pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's on camera.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true, but maybe he could have played it off as, oh, I moved it around, but he straight on admitted it to it.
Yeah.
But one thing, Chet said, when Patriots were going to go undefeated with the whole but had the Spygate issue come up. It's the last thing the Jets need. They're not playing the best. Mark Sanchez is going down. Last 2 weeks they've had 2 losses. The Dolphins and Patriots now. They don't need this added media. Mark Sanchez already taking a lot of heat for being a terrible quarterback right now, and having this extra media problem is not good for the Jets. And I think it's terrible.
Yeah,
it is terrible. We've seen some terrible things this year, and. We didn't even mention this in basketball because it's in college. Did you see that kid who just choke slammed the ref?
No, I
didn't see that. The ref called a foul on him. I think it was a technical.
Oh, I did.
He shoved the ref.
Yeah,
and then he just took the ref and choke slammed him.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then I gotta go YouTube that.
No,
and then when he was asked,
it's on like ESPN.
And then when he was asked, he was like, "Oh, I just got up in the heat of the moment, man. Yeah, I just get really
I love seeing the people around him just like, oh, like they were all astonished what happened. That was ridiculous. Surprised more stuff doesn't happen like that though.
That's why I'm not in professional sports.
Hey, they keep going on ESPN. So
that's why I'm not in professional sports, because I'd be suspended for life.
All right, moving on to game picks of the week. Mitch's record stands at 20-12. He regained a lot of ground and took the lead over Beatoms, who's 19-13.
Right.
Hopefully, with this
5 games.
Hopefully, yeah, big week. This could be a big turnaround.
5-0, 2-3.
Game 1. New Orleans at Baltimore. Thoughts on this? Who wants to take it first?
I'll go with New Orleans. I've been going to Baltimore these last couple of weeks, but they've been screwing me right now. Joe Flacco is not doing too good. Joe Flacco, last year he kind of had problems under the pressure. He beat the Patriots, but the next game they didn't do too well. New Orleans, everybody knows what New Orleans can do. Drew Brees is one of my favorite quarterbacks. The guy is cool as ice right now. He's doing much better than he was at the start of the season. I'm gonna go Saints. Pretty close though. I'll say 21-17.
I like that, but I'm going to have to disagree. I think Baltimore's defense is going to win this game for them. Their defense is great. We don't have to talk about that anymore. But their defense is better than the Saints. And I think Joe Flacco is going to heat up. And Is it at Baltimore?
It's at Baltimore.
That helps.
And the good thing is, I think New Orleans is 5-1 in the road. They're a great road team. I think Drew Brees is going to step it up. He has the experience. Against even a good defense, he's going to pick apart all those weapons, Colson, Henderson, Meacham. He's going to find some targets. And they need this win, too.
I'm going to go Baltimore 27-24.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the next game.
First win for me.
We'll see. Moving on to the next game, Green Bay and possibly Matt Flynn, should be, at the Patriots. Thoughts on this?
Patriots.
Yeah, this is a joke.
I mean... Aaron Rodgers was that offense.
Yeah.
He's top quarterback in the league. Maybe top 3, if you think about it. And he's pretty close to Brees. And,
what about Rivers, too?
And Rivers, yeah.
Vic?
Yeah. Well, I'm not putting Peyton Manning in the top right now.
Oh, I'm not either.
Yeah.
I'm
thinking like Brady, Vic, and then...
Rivers.
Rivers. All right, so top 4.
Okay.
I'll put him ahead of Drew Brees right now.
Yeah, I'll go that.
Because... he has everything. He can run if he has to.
Yeah,
He's very good at evading tackles. You know, someone will be on his shoulder, he'll just brush him off.
He doesn't have a
like
great
it doesn't
line.
even affect him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great line.
No, he doesn't.
You know, I think that's the problem. He sucked last year. He got sacked all the time. The offensive line stepped up a little bit, but he's really good. I like what you said at evading tackles.
People are talking Brady and Vic for MVP. I think he should be at least in the talks a little bit. Just because of what he does with so little.
I think he's in the talks too with Ryan and Rivers. But back to the game.
I'm not saying he should win, obviously. But.
Brady's gonna. There's two big variables in this game. It's Clay Matthews and Charles Woodson. Patriots have, since the Dolphins really, with Cameron Wake, they haven't had to really face a dominant pass rusher. They contained Julius Peppers. Clay Matthews is a complete dominant pass rusher. But Clay Matthews is going to give Brady fits back there. But I think Brady has enough options. I think that line is doing terrific with Logan Mankins, Matt Light, Vollmer, and Copen. That line's awesome.
Who on the Patriots line will be covering Matthews?
The right side, it should be Vollmer.
Vollmer? All right. I'm not sure I have that much faith in him. I mean, he's great, but I would prefer to see like a Matt Light.
Who's better at schemes than Bill Belichick?
Yeah, I think Belichick's going to mix this up a lot on the line.
You saw with Sue in the Detroit game, he dominated Brady that first quarter. The second quarter, he was non-existent. Belichick really schemed and got him out of there. I think he's going to do the same thing with Clay Matthews. There's a problem. Going back to Charles Woodson, though. Charles Woodson's great. He was Brady's teammate in Michigan. But Charles Woodson can only take out one guy. Take out Welker. Brady's going to have tons of more weapons in the cold weather. I'm going to go Patriots 35-14.
I like what you're saying about the pass rushers, but I don't think that's really going to be a factor in this game. Because if you think about it,
it's going to be a factor.
How long does Brady need to throw a ball? He doesn't need time. He can just whip it out right away if he has to.
He does.
He's got the check down that he can throw to Woodhead. He can check down to Welker, who is always going to be running a short route. He can just toss it up for Branch, see if he can catch it.
Yeah, with Randy Moss, the pass rushing was more of an issue to get it back to him.
Because you have to wait for him to get downfield.
Yeah, Brady's one of the... he's very cool in the pocket. Nothing fazes him.
He's kind of like...
Have you seen Clay Matthews' motor, though? The guy's unstoppable. The guy should be defensive player of the game. But he's a very good player. The Patriots passed on him in the draft, too.
I got to say one thing. I don't know if it was last week or the week before when Brady got sacked for that huge loss. It was like a 15-yard loss or something.
Yeah.
He broke like 2 tackles before he ended up
going down. He's talking about evading the pass rush. Brady's very good.
He has like a sixth sense where he can tell when someone's coming behind him. He doesn't even have to look. He can just duck and know he's going to be there and just completely fool them.
Best quarterback ever.
I would have to agree with that. So I'm going Patriots very easily in this game. I think they're going to run the score up too. I think it's going to be 42-21.
Just stop Greg Jennings.
All right, moving on to the next game. Jets at Pittsburgh, who possibly don't have Polamalu with the. Yeah, that's big. So thoughts on this?
I'm going to go Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh at home with the terrible towels and that fan base. They're going to be all over Sanchez. Sanchez isn't good under pressure. Sanchez against the Steelers, pass rush. Pass rush is a huge factor against Sanchez.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Jets really need this win for their confidence, though. But I think this is actually a huge game. And this should be our game of the week, but Jets have fallen these last couple of weeks. I think we have a better one coming up. But, yeah, I'm going to go Steelers. Too much defense in this one. I think that offense is falling way down. LT is falling down. Santonio Holmes is falling down. Mark Sanchez is falling down. Too much defense for Pittsburgh. I'm going to go Pittsburgh 28-17.
The Jets really, really need to win this game.
They do.
Because if they don't win this, not only will they not win the East, they might not make the playoffs.
That would be a shocker.
So, I mean, they really need to step it up and win this game.
But
yeah. I don't see this happening. I think Sanchez is going to throw 4 picks to maybe 1 touchdown. He's going to have an awful game, and he's going to lose this game for them. And on top of that, I mean, look at the Steelers' offense too. Yeah, their offense is tremendous. Yep. So this is just going to be.
For all the talk about the Jets' defense, these last couple of weeks they've really sucked. And if I'm the Jets,
I've never really been a fan of their defense.
Yeah.
You talk about a few players, but their whole defense isn't that great. They have a lot of top players, but they don't have a whole defense.
You know who they lost at the beginning of the season is Chris Jenkins.
That hurt.
He was one of their best defensive calls. He's their
if you look at it,
and Ndamukong Suh.
Baltimore, every player on that defense is great.
Yes, they are.
Pittsburgh, every player on that defense is great. I don't see that with the Jets.
Jets aren't gelling, really. But if they're such a great defense, I want them to shut down. I want them to be all over Big Ben. Shut him down, and that's their only chance. It's going to be a defensive showdown, but I think
Mendenhall's
have a better.
Mendenhall's going to have a great game, though.
LT's going to have a good game.
He's not going to, though.
He won't either. No, but then he's going to have to win.
All right, moving on. We got about 4 more minutes. 2 more games left. Jacksonville at Colts.
Go.
I'm going with Jacksonville on this
Uh-huh.
one. I mean, Peyton Manning's really not looking like Peyton Manning.
No,
he's looking more like Eli Manning.
Yeah.
I mean, he's throwing picks left and right. He's just not there.
Mm.
I don't know if it's a mental thing or if it's something with the receivers, but he's not there.
As much as I hate the Colts, and I hate the Colts as almost as much as the Yankees, what's the playoffs without Peyton Manning? Peyton Manning's going to do whatever he can. I know he's going to shut down whatever. He's going to put everything behind him. He's going to do whatever he can to get into the playoffs. I say Jacksonville's playing way over their head. All they're going to do, I know, Maurice Jones-Drew is going to have a hell of a game. And Rashad Jennings, one of the best backups all over the Colts. If they can somehow contain those two-headed monster, they can have a shot. They can have a shot. But I'm going to put this game all over Peyton Manning. I think Peyton Manning's going to have a good game. I'm going to say they have more than a shot. I'm going to say Peyton Manning wins this game.
Wow.
They need to win this game.
I think it was like 2 weeks ago I said I thought Jacksonville was going to win that division, and I'm sticking by that. I think they will, and it's because of Maurice Jones-Drew. I think this game, he's going to go 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I think that's going to be the key to winning.
If you fantasy owners, Maurice Jones-Drew, I'm out of the fantasy thing. He was my player. It sucks, but Maurice Jones-Drew got a hell of a game. I'm going to say around 200 yards against
200? He's been pushing 200
Colts
pretty close.
sucks.
He's been getting close to 200, so I can
I'll say Colts really close. I'll say 24-21.
I'm going to say Jacksonville 28-21.
All right, well, if Peyton and Eli don't make the playoffs, there's still a lot of room for Oreo cookie commercials. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yep.
Moving on to the game of the week. Eagles at Giants, battling for the NFC East. Both teams stand at 9-4.
I'm gonna try to make this one brief. I'm really rooting for Michael Vick. I know he's an asshole, whatever, but I really want Michael Vick to pull this one out, and I really want the Philly to win that division.
I also want Vic to get that dog that he wants.
Yeah, that was a big story too.
Yeah, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work at the pet store when he's going out and trying to pick out his dog. The guy's gonna be saying,
the guy's gonna be reading his license. Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Anyways, I've been saying all year long, I don't feel the Giants. I don't like them. I don't trust Eli.
Steve Smith gone for the season.
He's gone for the season. I don't think they're gonna win this game. I say Philly's going to take the division. They're going to win this game.
I've been saying for the thing, it's going to be Philly, and it could be Philly,
Patriots.
Philly, Boston, MLB, and NFL.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to go Atlanta and New England. But I'm going to say Philly wins this game. Too much Michael Vick.
I like Philly over Atlanta.
And LaShawn McCoy ran all over the Giants last game. He could do that again. I think he had 111 yards. He's going to do that same thing again against Giants. They're going to need him. LaShawn McCoy, Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick all day. I'm going to go Philly in a blowout, actually. I'm going to say 35-10.
I was going to say 35-13, so.
All right. Go 35-13. So we have one disagreement?
Yeah.
Baltimore to win? New Orleans? I just have one more shout out. Thanks, Mike, for this Sherrod Mayo thing. I gave you a shout out. You said you wanted a shout out. Thanks a lot for this picture. Signed. Great picture. Thank you.
All right, now we got a couple minutes left if any of you would like to talk about anything that we haven't covered in the story.
Bobby Jenks.
Bobby Jenks.
Red Sox.
That's huge. I think that the Red Sox. This is why I was disagreeing with you about the Red Sox making the playoffs, or not making the playoffs, but making the World Series.
Bullpen.
This is really going to hurt their bullpen. Not because they don't have the talent, because clearly I think their bullpen's the best now. But this hurts Jonathan Papelbon. This is, I mean, first,
Papelbon could be out the door.
First trying to get Rivera, and then this. I mean, going to
And
Bobby
it's
Jenks.
coming out that they weren't even just looking for Rivera. They were
pushing him.
Rivera has come out and said that that was a firm offer. He was actually getting offered. That's huge.
They offered him, I think, almost the same contract the Yankees did.
Bobby Jenks, Barr, and Papelbon. It's a big.
I mean, Jenks is a great pitcher. I like him. He had a bad year, but I like him.
Russell Martin also has surgery too.
Yeah, but he'll be fine.
We'll see.
But I don't know. This just really hurts the karma for that bullpen.
Yes, it does.
I think Papelbon needs to be traded.
Feliciano is a left-handed specialist, pretty good. But Red Sox winning the battle of the bullpen right now. Needed a couple more pieces. Wheeler, maybe.
Yankees.
All right,
I'll go Yankees.
That's about all we have for this episode of The Pitch with Fox, Beatoms, and Mitch. Join us next week and follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, speaking of Twitter, there was a lot of other MLB stuff. We haven't had too much MLB this week, but there's a lot of MLB on Twitter, so follow it.
All right, so until next week, I'm your host, John Fox, alongside here with Beatoms and Mitch Sabatelli.
Rafael Soriano.